Good afternoon, SFL team owners and league members. I had some free time this morning, Monday, September 26, 2016, so I thought I would share a little SFL team owner positional player history. First league member on my historical list, the reigning SFL wins leader, Mike. In 2011, Mike had the second worst record, but the best linebacking core of all time. Brian Urlacher, Ray Lewis, and Terrell Suggs. In 2012, he finished 6th at 7-6, his first season with Jamal Charles, who rushed for 1,509 yards that year. In 2013, Mike won with Charles, Nick Foles, Benny Cunningham, and Riley Cooper. In 2014, he was second with 4 1,000-yard receivers, and Zach Ertz. Next team owner up for historical positional player recap from 2011 until 2014 is Justin. In 2011, Justin drafted Ray Rice, holding him over for a few years after. He, in 2011, also touted a 6-7 record and a 5th place finish with help from his current quarterback Matthew Stafford. In 2011, he, Justin, had 3 1,000-yard rushers, 2 4,500-yard passers, and 3 defensive players with 10 or more sacks. One of them, Jason Pierre-Paul, with nearly 17 sacks in 2011. In 2012, Justin finished 8th at 5-8. Rice again, DeMarco Murray 2, Jay Stu, Willis, Watt, and an upcoming Denver defense. In 2013, Justin had Cameron Newton, Franklin Gore, Jimothy Graham, and Chandler Jones of the 607, finishing 7-6 for 6th place in the Sidney Football League that year. In 2014, winning it all with a 6-7 record and an all-time playoff push, Justin drafted or paid for 3 1,000-yard receivers, Dez Bryant, Odell Beckham Jr., and Antonio Brown. Jason Pierre-Paul was also there in support alongside Shane Vereen. Next league member to get their history lesson for the month is Alfred. 2011, Brady began. Lynch latched on, Gronk, Welker, and Chris Johnson set out 6-7 for a 3rd place finish in the year of the Patriot. 2012, Al finished 4th with a 7-6. Brady Lynch led Flashy Lights team. In 2013, Alfred was last, winning just 4 games, losing 9, likely because he drafted Seattle Seahawk Richard Sherman. Finally, 2014, Al was nearly champion, finishing 9-11 for 4th place after losing early in the postseason. 2 1,300-yard rushers, 2 1,300-yard receivers, and 2 4,500-yard passers in 2014 for Al. Next team owner in the Sidney Football League to learn a lesson is in their own right is Jeff. Jeff joined in 2014 with a splash, finishing last but feeling out the league for the next year, picking Megatron and Steve Smith Sr. in 2014. Next up, Joe. Joe does not have data for many years because he enjoys cutting rosters before season starts. However, Willis McGahee led him in 2011, Gronk in 2012, a 2nd place finish, and in 2013, he picked Josh Gordon and McGahee again. 2014 at 7-6, there is no data available. 6th team owner in Sidney Fantasy Football League on today's YouTube video is Brian. Brian joined our league 3 years ago, picked Vereen, Gronk, and Peyton Manning. He was 2nd place that year with 8 wins. In 2014, it was a different story. 9th place with Beastly Kuechly and Julius Peppers propelled him to 5 wins. The home stretch has Erin in my sights for historical positional perspective. Signing up in 2012, she benefited from Steve Smith's 1,174-yard year. With Vereen in 2012 and Jason Pierre-Paul in 2013, she often walks in the path of another team member. Clay Matthews and Kiko Alonso that year, too. 2014 is the last year for the player profiles. For Aaron, she walked with Lacey, Le'Veon, and Cam. Eddie, you're in. First to draft Jamal Charles, 2011. First to draft Antonio Brown, 2011. Andrew Luck and RG3 in 2012. Kaepernick and Tony Gonzalez in 2013. And Gronk and the Bills defense in 2014. 5-8, 5-8, 8-5, 9-4. Getting better, big boy. Steven sees his history last as he understands the implication of our past on our present. Steve, you have Von Miller twice, once in 2011 and again in 2012. You drafted Tim Tebow in 2011 and had 3 1,000-yard receivers that season. In 2012, at 7-6, you finished third. Breeze buoyed you, while Flacco and Russ Wilson rode pine. In our third fantasy year, 2013, the Bills D made an appearance on your squad. So did Elvis Doomerville. Elvis Doomerville. And before you knew it, you lost 8 games in 2014, largely due to the performance of your franchise player, Booby Dixon. Good pick. Okay, Jeff, Steve, Mike, Joe, Justin, Eddie, Brian, Aaron, and Al. Remember, I love you all. I'm off to work. Have a great week, and go Niners.